Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and happy holidays. I don't know when I'm uploading this video, so it could already be holidays by now, or maybe it's still a couple of weeks before Christmas, but either way, I'm totally getting in the holiday spirit, even though I'm like about to move out of my apartment, which is not very holiday-like. So in today's video, all the products I've used are from brands that are made by makeup artists. It may or may not be a surprise to you that actually not all brands are made by makeup artists. Obviously there's nothing wrong with brands that aren't made by makeup artists, but I just wanted to show some support to my fellow makeup artists by using some brands by makeup artists. How many more times can I say makeup artists in this intro? So if you'd like to see how to achieve this look, then please keep on watching. Okay, I am going to start with primer. Even though I'm probably going to do my eyes before my base, I think that's going to be a good idea today. So I'm going to use the Too Faced Hangover Primer. This is the spray version. It's such a giant bottle and it's so good. It feels so good. You can use it as a primer and a setting spray. It actually smells like coconut. Coconut water infused. There you go. So as I said, I'm going to start with my eyes, and today I'm going to be concealing with the Kevyn Aucoin Super Natural Concealer. The shade I've got here is Medium EC03. Now, I love Kevyn Aucoin. I loved him as a makeup artist. His books are incredible. His products are incredible. But I have never tried this concealer before. The one that I usually use is Essential Skin Enhancer, which are these bad boys here. And these are technically a foundation, but they're so heavy duty. I just use them for concealer. So I have high hopes for this. Also, I should mention that I color match myself via the Mecca website, so I don't know how accurate this is going to be, but let's give it a go. I'll probably end up needing to go back underneath my eyes later on, but I'm just going to start with this for now. And I'm going to be using all Ray Morris brushes today. As most of you probably know, Ray Morris is an incredible Australian makeup artist, one that I assisted for the first 4 years of my makeup career. So I'm obviously a big supporter of hers. Her brushes are incredible, so I'm going to use all Ray Morris brushes today. So I'm just going to blend this out. I actually love this little brush. It's called the Foundation Contour, but it's just perfect for blending out concealer or like slapping on foundation before you buff it in. It's a really great little brush. Wow, that concealer looks so smooth. I'm just going to blend out the edges for visual appeal. That just totally knocked out any discoloration, but it actually doesn't look too thick on the skin either. That's a really nice concealer. To set that in place, I'm going to use a Mercier Translucent Loose Setting Powder, of course. To apply this, I'm just going to use the Ray Morris Deluxe Oval Eyeshadow Brush. And I'm just going to like cover that eyelid area. You know your eyes are ready for powder eyeshadow when they feel velvety to touch. If there's any part of your eye that your finger catches on when you rub over it like this, you know that you need a little bit more powder to kind of make it more velvety and make it easier for the powder eyeshadow on top to blend. If there's any sticky bits, you're going to have some trouble. This palette, as soon as I saw this, I knew that I absolutely had to get my hands on it. This is the Natasha Denona Holiday Eyeshadow Palette. Oh my god. Gentle movement. Oh my god. Oh god, my heart just dropped. Okay, I have actually been told that this is quite a delicate palette, and I can see why, because that eyeshadow just totally dropped out. Oh my god, I've pushed it back into place. I think it's going to be okay. I actually haven't done the best job of pushing it back in, but I might do that later. Okay, so I'm just going to hold that up like this. I can't even tell you where I was at now. It's the Natasha Denona Holiday Eyeshadow Palette 5 in the shade number 2. It kind of looks like Aeris, but not Aeris. I'm not really sure how you say that. I just had to get my hands on this palette as soon as I saw it. It's just gorgeous. I'm really, really looking forward to using it. And I'm going to try to use all the colours, although I don't know how that's going to turn out, but we'll give it a shot. I'm going to start with the only matte shade there is, which is this one here. And I'm using the Ray Morris Deluxe round shader brush. I have no idea how pigmented these are, so, ooh, oh my god, that's stunning. I'm just tapping it off a little bit on the back of my hand just to make sure I don't go too crazy first go. I'm just going to start by applying this in the outer part of my eye. And I'm also going to take this shade in the crease. Oh my god, it's been such a long time since I've used like a Ray Morris brush on my eye because I use these in my professional kit. They're so soft. Okay, I think I'm actually going to get a slightly smaller brush and do the eye all-rounder. Just pack that on the outer corner. And a little bit on the inner corner as well. And again in the crease, and I'm just going to slowly build this colour up. I'm also going to just like wing it out a little. Can you guys see my washing machine going in the background? It's so loud, it literally sounds like a plane landing. The one thing Ray Morris brushes are amazing at is blending. I say the one thing, like they're beautiful brushes, but I mean blending, they've just like down pat, they've got it. Okay, I'm now going to carve out just a tiny little well, I say tiny little, like that middle section just a little bit more perfectly so that I can make it like a real halo effect on top. Not sure if I recommend using this brush for this or not, but I think it's just like the perfect size. This is the Lash Line Smudger. I'm just doing this super gently, and I'm kind of doing it a little bit wider along the lash line, and it's going a little bit thinner as it goes up. I'm going to take the cream shadow shader, and I'm going to take this shade, oh, yep, this shade here. I'm going to pop that straight to the center of, actually, do I want to do, yeah, I do want to do that. I'm going to put that straight on the center where I've just put that concealer. I think I'm going to use this shade here, the shimmery version, to go over the inner and outer corners. And I'm just going to go back to the eye all-rounder brush. So to get that intensity, I'm actually just applying it with my fingers, and then I'll blend it out with the brush. I'm literally going to look like a bauble by the end of this. And I'm totally okay with that. When you blend out shimmer shadows, they often lose a bit of the shimmer, so it's kind of about like building it up, but then maybe applying just like a touch more with your finger to really get the shimmer. Okay, I really think that gold could be a little bit more intense. I'm just going to take a little bit of the spray, the Too Faced primer spray. There you go. The gold is stunning. I just think with all the depth of like the orangey shade that I just needed a little bit of dampness to really make it pop. Whoa, look how pigmented that blue is. Call me crazy. I'm thinking I'm going to put that blue all underneath my eye. Let's just give it a go. So my question for you guys today is, when you see an eyeshadow palette like this, do you feel like all the colours are made to go on one eye, on one look, or do you feel like they're there only to be mixed and matched? I'd really like to know your answer to that. Oh boy, I hope this doesn't ruin anything. Okay, it's kind of terrifying, but here we go. Okay, so the first coat was kind of like, meh. Second coat, that's where the magic happens. Now I'm going to use the last remaining colour, which is this one here, as an inner corner highlight. I'm just going to clean up a little under my eyes and even like control that shape a bit on the outer edges. I know that I would also love this if I just did oranges all around the eye, but I really wanted to challenge myself to use all 5 shades. I don't know if you guys have noticed, but I'm very much like a 2-shade kind of gal. Like I rarely use like 3 shades or more on the eyes, so I really wanted to challenge myself to use 5 shades. Okay, now for foundation, I'm going to be using the Kevyn Aucoin, the Etherealist, I don't know how to say that. Anyway, Skin Illuminating Foundation. Again, I colour matched this off the website, so hopefully it works. I got medium EF09. Back to the Ray Morris foundation contour brush. Damn, it's literally like You know what? I'm gonna continue using it, but like in the ideal world, I would want this like a shade or two lighter. Probably 2 shades lighter. Well, maybe 1 shade. I kind of don't like the smell of this, which is weird. I feel like I don't often notice the smell of products, but this one I have noticed and I don't like. Still keeping in the theme of makeup artist products, but not sticking with just that one. I'm going to mix in a bit of the Charlotte Tilbury Light Wonder in medium 6. That is like my perfect shade. So it's actually my perfect product, but I use it so often that I didn't want to use it in this tutorial as well. But I'll just mix the two. See, that's way better. I'll just mix the two to get a good shade match. Ray has a whole range of like great foundation brushes. I'm just going to use this one here, which is the liquid foundation brush. Damn, I have so much spaghetti regretty about getting the wrong shade. Proves that my online colour matching skills are not 100%, that's for sure. I'm going to conceal now. Same concealer as before. Because it's a bit lighter, I'm just going to balance it out a bit by putting a bit of concealer here and here, even though I don't really need the coverage there exactly. Do need some coverage there though. But I'll use a darker concealer for that. One to match my foundation so that it doesn't stand out. I'm just going to get a clean blending brush with a touch of translucent loose setting powder and soften out these edges. That pimple, oh, I actually couldn't find my perfect match for the Essential Skin Enhancer, which is what I'm going to use to cover the pimple. I think it's going to be too light now. Yep, too light. Just like, it's a giant growth on my face. That's going to be really hard to hide. I actually might mix a touch of the foundation with a touch of the darker concealer. I actually have like more colours. I just don't know where they are right now. On the upper inner rim of my waterline, I'm going to use the NARS Kohl Liner in the shade Sorrento, which is like a chocolatey brown. The only nude eyeliner I really love is the Tarte Fake Awake, so I'm going to use that on my lower waterline. Ooh, I'm ticklish today. Okay, eyelash curlers. These are from Mecca Cosmetica. They're my favourite because they're gold. I will actually intensify that inner corner highlight as well. What was I using for that? Oh yeah, this one here. I'm just going to dampen this brush. Oh yeah. Woo! That's better. Mascara, I'm going to use Too Faced Better Than Sex Mascara. This is one of my favourite mascaras, hands down, and it also fits in with the category today. Also put some on the bottom. As soon as I put mascara on my bottom lashes, I literally have to like get my finger and spread it out and kind of tame them a bit, otherwise they just go really like spidery looking, but I do like to have some definition there. Okay, for brows. Finally, brow time. I'm going to use the Kevyn Aucoin Precision Brow Pencil. I usually use the shade Ash Blonde, but I only have the shade Brunette at the moment. I very inconveniently ran out the other day of the Ash Blonde, so that's what I'm going to use. I actually think it'll still work okay, seeing as I've got some of my natural hair colour coming through at my roots. This pencil is so good. It's so teeny tiny, which means you can make really defined, whoops, brow strokes if you want to. It's really good for creating like a natural looking brow. The only downside, I was literally about to say the only downside of this is that they don't have a spoolie on the end. Can we get a round of applause for me, please? Great, okay, there's no downside to these. I mean, look, it just brushes the product through perfectly. Damn, how did I miss that all this time? So that colour is definitely a little bit darker than my usual brow colour, but I really don't mind actually. And it actually really does match my natural hair colour just about, so I'm totally cool with that. I'm happy to mix it up. For contour, I'm going to use a Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood contour wand. Today I'm going to try the shade medium to dark. Ooh, it's brand new. Usually I use the shade light to medium, but I just wanted to give the darker shade a try. I think that works. You just got to get like the tiniest little bit out, otherwise it gets like really wet and there's a lot of product. And then it just takes a long time to blend. You know what I noticed the other day? When I was editing, it looked like I had no jawline. Never have I ever noticed something like that about myself. But oh boy, did I feel conscious. So today I will be contouring my jawline. I feel like I need to be a bit quicker to blend this one than my normal shades just because it is that little bit darker. Get it into the hairline. It does take like a couple of minutes to set fully, but when you're playing with products that are like darker than normal, you want to like work quickly, I feel, to make sure they do blend really nicely, which it does, so I think we're going to be safe. Also, the brush I'm using is the Ray Morris Mini Kabuki. Now I'm going to use the Stila Convertible colours. I love these. I keep them in my kit. I have a couple more shades here, these ones, but actually this one could be nice. I was thinking about using a touch of this with the more bronzy color. Yeah, I'm just going to stick with my original idea. So I'm going to start with using the shade Camellia, which kind of looks a bit bronzy, and actually I'm going to take it on this Mini Kabuki brush. You can also just use your fingers for these, like they're just gorgeous and creamy. Remember how I said before that I wanted the rest of my skin to be fresh? This is my version of keeping it fresh. Cream products. I could do a touch of Gladiola, which is this kind of peachy shade here. Let's do a little bit of that. Damn, I love those convertible colours. I don't use them on myself enough. I use them on clients a fair bit, but not on myself all that often. Time for highlight, and I'm going to use the Charlotte Tilbury Beauty Light Wand. This is the shade Spotlight. I'm not sure if this comes in any other shades actually. I use this almost on a daily basis, so we know each other well already. Just gonna get a little bit more. Again, you just have to be really careful when squeezing this, as so much product can come out. And it's so liquidy that you'll just get heaps on your, like, look at that, heaps of product. With highlight though, I don't care so much because I will spread that around. I'm gonna do a bit up here as well. Like particularly with the bronzer, the first time I used it, I squeezed so much out and it just took me ages to try and like find a place to put it basically. Get that nose glow going. And usually I just use my fingers, but I'm going to use a brush today to blend this. Also, because there's so much product, the brush will like soak a little bit of that up. I mean, that highlight is just poppin'. So even though I'm using the brush to kind of spread it out, I always blend highlights like this a little bit with my fingers, just because you need to be really careful that you don't have like a harsh edge on it. Otherwise it can literally just like look like a stripe of highlighter, which you may think that I want, but that's not quite my goal. I like it to be in more of a natural placement, but just like a really out of control color. Nobody puts baby with a highlight in the corner. Oh, I love that so much. I'm going to use the Huda Beauty Giselle No. 1 lashes. I'm just going to test them for size. Okay, no, I'm not doing it. I don't want the full set. Going back to my original plan of using individuals, and I'm going to use the Ardell individuals in short and medium black. My Ardell stock is getting so low of my individuals. I really need to be doing like a bulk order at this point. I go through them like crazy. Start with mediums. So essentially I'm just doing what I always do, which is applying the medium lashes in the outer edges and the short ones towards the inner corners of the eye. And I'm actually just going to layer them a little bit to make the lash a bit fuller. I have a whole bunch of the Charlotte Tilbury Hollywood lips in a bunch of different kind of nude shades. So I'm going to try and figure out one that I think will work really nicely with this look. This shade is called Rising Star. I'm going to give this a go. Okay, too pink, take that back. The way colours change with other colours around them is incredible, which is why I think sometimes it can be like a little bit harder to find the perfect shade for a look. Charlotte Darling, I'm sure that's nude. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna try Charlotte Darling. Now we're talking. I was just using my fingers to spread it out because my lips are so dry right now, no matter what formula I put on them. So I feel like if the formula is a little bit thinner, then the dryness isn't quite so obvious. And also I kind of like pressed it onto my lip and kind of around the dryness, if that makes sense. That's the color I was looking for. Guys, can I tell you that I'm so proud of myself using all 5 colors in this palette? Like, I'm such a simple makeup girl that I just rarely do anything like that. So it was a nice little challenge for me, and I'm really happy with how the look turned out, and I hope you guys like it as well. I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. And also, while you're at it, hit that little bell button that's next to the subscribe button, because there's this great thing, and when I say great, I'm being very sarcastic. There is this great thing where not all of our subscribers see the videos that us content creators are putting out. It's infuriating. So if you want to be notified when I upload a video, then hit that bell button. Also, I'm probably going to be doing some giveaways for people that are in my notification squad. So hit the bell button, you know. Thank you again for watching. Happy holidays, and I will see you in another video real soon.